There's one thing I can't reconcile with your theory that the biblical god is actually Loki. Where is he? Yes, you think that if he'd gone through the trouble of abducting Idun and only pretending to give her back in the myths so that all the other gods would bite the big one because they didn't have access to her apples anymore, that he'd still be meddling in the affairs of mortals, but God hasn't really done anything for like a couple thousand years. What's up with that? I agree. Now, remember how we discussed Loki having to trap Baldur because Ragnarok is still predestined to happen, and if he let him perish, that would be a catalyst for Ragnarok. Right, so why isn't Baldur trying desperately to orchestrate his own demise so that Ragnarok would still happen and he'd eventually be resurrected? I think he would. I mean, since the world wars, since, the early part of the 20th century, doesn't it kind of seem like the world's been ending? I mean, famine, pestilence, constant wars, wildfires. Are you suggesting that Baldur already found a way to... Ragnarok and the biblical apocalypse are both the war to end all wars, right? And in this theory, they've been conflated. And what war to end all wars began with someone's demise? World War I. Archduke Franz Ferdinand. He's secretly Baldur. Come on. It could have been anyone, but mind you, another failed assassination attempt was made on Ferdinand earlier that day. Maybe Baldur just saw his chance to get assassinated and took it. Fimbulwinter. In 1941 to 1942, the coldest recorded winter in Europe occurred. And Surtur, the fire giant, is supposed to destroy Asgard, but global warming has caused wildfires to run rampant across Australia and California. It's too late. Ragnarok has begun, and we're living in the slow heat death of the earth. And soon, after everything is gone, Baldur will be resurrected and begin the world anew. But what does that mean for Loki? Well, if the world was ending, and you had offed everyone who could potentially help you, what would you do? Just try and get help? Or at least spread the word? So would I.